How's it going? It's end of October. It's a beautiful sunny day here at Horseshoe Bay. I am ready. I'm sitting on a whole bunch of wood and insulation and all this stuff here. Waiting for my friend Matt to come pick me up on his boat, which has a cabin. It's getting to the stage now where it's a little sketchy taking our boat over the water. It doesn't have a cover. If it rains, we get soaked. Not good in big waves. So the big waves are starting to come. So yeah, the main dock over here was closed, so I had to hoof everything all the way down to this little dock, and then I'm waiting for Matt, who is traditionally late. Good guy, but traditionally late. But I'm grateful for the ride. So yeah, I had to get one of these ugly garages, which I don't like, but it's the only way we can kind of keep things dry while we try and figure out what we're doing. There's so much back and forth in my head, like, do we get an excavator now? Oh, it's too wet, it's gonna muddy things up. What do we do? And I'm really finding this kind of, I carry my anxiety right in my throat here, and I'm finding like I'm getting anxious over silly things, like this is supposed to be a pleasure and a joy and fun, and it's supposed to be a long-term project, but I just can't help myself. I'm like a dog who tugs on the leash, and you're like, if you just back off a bit, you'll have a nice walk. But I still choke on that choker, wanting to get to the destination, and I'm kind of constantly self-talking, like, Joby, stop it, slow down, it's not a big deal, it should be fun, and so I'm trying really hard to just have fun with it, and not to try and get overwhelmed by finishing it and getting the big picture and having it perfect. It's not easy for me. It really isn't. I'm a perfectionist. I want things done the way I want them done, and blah blah blah. So anyway, that's today. It is nice just sitting here, but in my head I'm thinking time is slipping away. Anytime now, Matt. Let's get going. Because once I've already unloaded. I've loaded it into the truck. Now loaded onto the dock. Now it's got to load into his boat, and then the long dock on Gamber got to load it all the way down. So I won't get up to the property until after lunch. I'll have 2 or 3 hours of light, and then that'll be the end of that. So, but it's okay, right? It's okay. Just keep telling myself that's okay. It's okay. Yes. Over. Okay, so Jenny's running. Where are we at? We're at leaves everywhere. All the ditches I dug are full of leaves. I mean, the ditches are working, but they're all clogged, so we gotta bail it out. It's just like a carpet of leaves. The funny thing is, when you walk across this carpet, there are trenches full of water everywhere. So I've been surprised a few times, getting wet feet. So last time I was here with Tara, we put the big bin, I don't know if you can see it up there. So it's a 2,500 liter bin that we rolled up into the forest. It's not too unsightly, you can barely see it there. But we needed to get as much height as possible so we can gravity feed water down to here. Now I had bought a 12-volt sump pump, but one thing I'm realizing is that there's very little sun getting to these solar panels in the winter. The sun just doesn't get high enough over these trees. So I'm having to run the generator for a long time while I'm here, which is, it's fine, but I tell you what, just the quiet, it's not very loud, but even that little noise irritates, like it just wears on you. I mean, it's first world problems, right? But it does definitely, when you turn it off, you're like, oh. So what I did is I had to buy a 110 volt standard sump pump, a deep well pump, which is down here working away. The crazy thing is it's gone down like 3 feet since, like, it pumps fast and hard. So it is really hauling, and I'll be interested to see how quickly this well replenishes. I can see, you probably can't see, but I can see water seeping in through the cracks of the rings already, which is a good sign. It smells a little funky down there because the pipe came off and it was churning the water around and around. I think it'll settle. So anyway, it's pumping about 200 feet up to this little pipe, all the way up to our big black drum up there. And we'll see. I think I'm going to run this baby dry in no time flat. I don't know how much is think my pump is touching the bottom. So some wells here are really small. They're like 6-inch or 8-inch pipe, and they go like 300 or 400 feet down, really deep. And sometimes even those guys don't strike water. So we decided to go with this well. Hopefully it replenishes quick enough. What we want to do is fill that tank over the winter, and that should be enough to run us through the summer. And I've got miscellaneous other water containers up here as well. So anyway, so that's that. It took me a while to figure it out. I'm not very good at reading instructions, so the ground was hot and the hot was ground and blah blah blah. But anyway, she's running. So now I'm going to start to work on the awning here. I need to create more of an overhang. These are 10-footers. It was very temporary because we were having issues with the rain getting in. So now I've got 12 footers that I brought. I'm going to start taking this apart and start to properly build this awning. And then next time we come, I'll have to bring some roofing and start to put it together. So, yeah. I want to actually venture into the forest tonight and go for a little hunt. So, the sun's going down fast. We'll see how much time I got. All right. Hey. It's a sunny day, and well, from the rooftop, sorry that Jenny's loud, but you can't really see it there, but from there to there is ocean, and we've got a pretty decent view opening up. So I feel like we need to be felling some more trees down there, because the blue is pretty nice. It's pretty nice to see the water. I've been up since 6 o'clock. As soon as the first light, I tore this apart because it was temporary. And I just finished putting 12 footers on because they were 10 footers, so there's a nice big overhang here to protect it from the rain. And then this lower portion is going to be where we're going to have our outdoor kitchen. I kind of like all the different roof angles, that's why I didn't go with the same angle right the way across. So I'm going to tarp it up now and then start working on something else. The next time I come, I'll have to bring strapping. We'll have to strap it all the way across and then put what do you call it? Roofing stuff on there before the snow comes. The well refilled last night, which is awesome. So it's back to full height, and I just drained it all the way again. So now it's filling again. So it's kind of like up, down, up, down. Yeah, back to it. Yeah. Maybe if I hold the light like this, it doesn't blind everyone. Well, it's only about, what time is it now? 5 o'clock, and it's pitch black. Man, these short days are so unproductive. But anyway, I needed to get this gutter up. There it is. I just got to maximize my time out here because I have to go back tomorrow night. So tomorrow I want to be cutting down trees and doing man stuff. But yeah, I chose to go with this plastic gutter. I used it at my house, and I really like it because it's not going to break. It's not going to dent like aluminum. It is pretty pricey. Actually, the pipe is pretty cheap, but the joints, the stuff that you join, is really expensive. Surprisingly, like these clamps here, these guys. They're about $7.50, almost $8 each, which is nuts. So I did them 2 foot on center. But anyway, I've got a lot of water coming off this roof that I built over, so dark, over the thing, and I just want to get it, start from splashing here, then splashing up at the trailer and making it leak in there and creating erosion underneath the trailer. So I thought if I knock it off tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, it's a nice night here at Gambier. It's I did a bit of gutter work on the outside. It's funny because the water is running so hard. You can kind of hear it. It feels like it's raining. I keep thinking it's pouring rain, but it's not raining at all. It's just the constant flow of water, which makes me really crave a stream or something. You know, like if we can channel this water, there's a guy down the road that's going to meet me tomorrow, and kind of walk us through the property. And what he did with his property was really inspirational because he he worked with the water and made ponds and all of these different things, and it inspired me to want to work with the water here. And I'm hoping it doesn't completely dry up in the summer, but I've always been afraid of any kind of water thing because it's mosquitoes. But he actually says he doesn't have big issues with mosquitoes because he has all of these plant life, and then the plants attract the animals that keep the mosquitoes down. So it's kind of, you're creating a sustainable kind of ecosystem that takes care of itself. The perfect balance, I guess. But yeah, I'm here in the trailer. It's just made myself some bangers and mash. And this is the only way we're heating right now is what do you call this, kerosene heater. It's not, I don't know if I love it. It's just clean and simple right now, but kerosene's actually quite pricey. Oh man, I had something I was going to say. Oh no, it's funny how out here, especially with the nights. I mean, if it was summer, I'd still be working probably, but don't need to wear these. The nights is so long. I'm like, oh, it's only 7:30. It's like time just goes so slow, and you can imagine. I've listened to some people and watched some podcasts or listened to podcasts of people that really live off grid. Like, you cannot use your cell phone. There's no cell phone. There's no Wi-Fi. There's no nothing, and it must take an adjustment, but it's amazing. I realize how much this device I'm holding is kind of like our entertainment. It's kind of like our fidget spinner, and just sitting here, kind of thinking. It's a tough option to choose, really, when there's your phone, which has so many options, but also kind of makes me feel anxious inside and frustrated. So anyway, always trying to strike the balance between technology and not technology, I guess. It's a tough thing to navigate. Anyway, I'm going to have something to eat, a little snack, and sit here. And I did download a show, so I'm going to watch a show. And yeah, catch you later.